and instead of taking the opportunity, I'm here to say a whole bunch of nice things about them and how they're super awesome and whatnot. I mean, I'll touch on that a little bit, but I think I'm going to take this opportunity to share some of my most favorite stories. See, I've had the unique and awesome position of seeing what we've seen here today unfold from its fruition, and well, there's just too many like cute little stories to pass up on. So, with further ado, I knew that I liked Kyle not even from the first moment that I met him. It was actually from the first moment I spoke to him. See, I knew that they went on their first date, and Christina told me all about him. We went to happy hour. Christina was trying to play it all cool, like, oh yeah, like, he's cute, like, yeah, or whatever. We're walking out of happy hour, and that's when Christina's true feelings came out, because her phone rings, and she looks down at her phone, and she's like, Meg, it's him. And then Christina did her awkward, excited dance. Holding out the phone. What should I do? What should I do? So, me thinking I'm like the cool best friend, I grab the phone, and I'm like, hey. And Kyle's like, hey, what's up, where are you? And I'm like, I'm just leaving happy hour. And he's like, who is this? And I'm like, it's Meg. And he's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And I'm like, doing what? He's like, oh, the best friend test? Am I passing your test? Am I answering your questions? Okay. And I'm like, huh? What? And without even having met Kyle, he put me in my place over the phone, and I just passed the phone to Christina, who's in the corner still dancing, like, and I go to her, you might marry him. So I'm not really realizing what I would be doing here today. So about a couple days later, I got to meet Kyle in person. We had arranged to meet up with him and his friends at this bar called Bull's Head. And for those of you who don't know, this bar can kind of like be a younger 20s, somewhat preppy hangout. And Christine, it is a preppy hangout, isn't it? And we walk in, and I see this group of guys, it's very crowded, I see this group of guys with skinny jeans, V-necks, really standing out, like caps, hoodies, and I nudged Christina thinking she would be like interested, and she's like, oh, there's Kyle, standing right in the middle of these guys. So we go over, and my first impression, like, oh, pretty cute, pretty outgoing, and we're standing at the bar, and Kyle goes like, oh, like, what beer do you want? So I nudged Christina, like, hey, buy me a drink, hey. In which Kyle quickly corrected me and said, no, Meg, I know the bartender, I'm not buying you shit. It's like, all right. So, a couple drinks later, we're talking, Christina says to me, oh, Kyle's a musician. And I'm like, what? Which is like points in our book. And so I say to Kyle, like, so you're a musician? He's like, no, but I can sing pretty good. And I'm like, all right, me thinking I'm this smart-ass best friend again. I'm like, why don't you sing me a little song, Kyle? Challenge accepted. He immediately cleared space around him, got down on one knee, grabbed my hand, and started singing me not only his favorite song, but his favorite song from the hit musical Rent. So he is belting out this song in the middle of the bar. I am like mouth dropped open, looking down at Kyle thinking, oh my god, my best friend's dating some type of Broadway hipster. And this wasn't even the like funniest part of the night. I look over at Christina and she's leaning against the bar, hand like chin in her hand, eyes battering, the biggest smile on her face like he could do no wrong. And that's the moment that I knew Christina really liked Kyle and that we were in trouble. So, fast forward a couple years later, it's our Fairfield reunion, and no significant others really came unless they were alumni. So, Kyle was not there, but we're leaving the party, and Kyle had never been to Fairfield, ever, and Christina sees a text on her phone that says, I'm coming to Fairfield, hopping on the train, my phone's about to die. This text like came in like an hour beforehand, so Christina tries to call Kyle, no answer, so we're like, alright, maybe we'll see Kyle later. Next thing we know, we're at the dorms, it's a couple hours later, door swings open and there's Kyle with like 8 large Domino's pizzas. Comes in, puts them down, shotguns a beer, and we're like, what, how are you here? And Kyle, being the clever and witty guy that he is, got to Fairfield, brought himself to Domino's, and now, like when he got off the train, not only ordered himself these pizzas, but he ordered them for delivery and for him to be delivered with the pizzas. So that's how he got to Fairfield, and that's how he found us. And he's telling this story, I look over at Christina, and there's that smile again. Just Kyle could do no wrong, and she's super, super smiley. So, long story short, that was like a very, very nice moment for me because I knew after all those years, it was just really nice to see him as making her smile the way that he always does. But that was one of my favorite moments. I mean, I love you guys, and if I had the opportunity to create a person for my best friend, right down from his looks, the way he dresses, his wittiness, his sarcasm, his smarts, the way he puts you in your place, but the way that you put him right back in his, but most importantly, right down to the way that he loves you. Any person that I could create would still fall short of Kyle. That's how much I love Kyle, and I love Kyle for Christina. I know this is supposed to be one of the happiest days of your lives, but I'd be remiss if I didn't say this is one of the happiest days of mine, because my feelings for these people go beyond friendship. They are my family, and today is a fucking awesome day for my family.
Yeah!